Hey there. So my bowl is now dry, smooth, beautiful. And I've decided I'm going to paint this one black because I don't have any black bowls, I just realized. Not even bigger ones. So I'm going to use black enamel by Folk Art. You can use Deco Art enamels. They're all at Michael's. They're about $2 a bottle or less. The enamels are really good because they have a little bit of a shimmery feel when they dry, and I love that feeling, and they go on really nice, and they also protect the clay so it doesn't absorb moisture. So that's what I'm using. Black enamel. They have a lot of colors of enamel too, so you could also put down a coat of gesso on this. I don't usually, sometimes I do. I don't really know what makes me use the gesso or not. I guess if I'm going to draw on the first layer, I like to use the gesso to protect the clay and just make it be a nice finish, but basically I just use the enamels and I do a couple of coats, 2-3 coats maybe. And then if I'm going to change colors on this bowl, I'm just going to keep it black. So I may just do 2 coats. And I just slop on the paint. Try to go around the edge a little because I took a little too much paint out of here. So I do that often. I always put too much paint. So I want to try to get some on the outside. I'm going to be doing the outside black too, but I have to wait for the inside to dry before I flip it over. And yes, there is extra paint here. A lot. So I'll just put it back in. I mean, a lot of times I'll use it on my paper, but with the enamels, I save it a little because I use it just for the bowls. And I don't put it on the paper as much. Excuse me. Anyway. And that's it. You just paint your first coat, then you make it smooth. I don't know if you can see good with the light. It looks like it's a nice angle. And I'll just let this dry for a half hour or so. I may put it by the heater so it'll dry quicker, or outside in the sun if it was hot out. It's not. It's 56, so that's not really warm enough. Anyway, that is all you do. The enamel paints are really great for this. So if you don't have the enamels though and you have acrylics, you can use them too. I started out using acrylics. I just like the finish on with the enamels better. So whatever you have at home you could use. I've even done gesso and then watercolor. So whatever you have, use. And then if you have something you want to go get, next time you'll do it with the new product. Okay? So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, the top part is now dry. And I will do the bottom. I just put a kind of thin coat on the first time, so it dries quick and it doesn't get too thick. And then I will be adding maybe 2 or 3 more coats over the next couple days. I may do the same color, or I may do a different color over the black so some of the black comes through. Or you can even do a nice thin layer, even a watered down layer over the black, like say, I don't know, white or silver, and then wipe it off with a cloth and you get a very nice distressed look. I may try that with this. Although I don't have any black bowls, so I may just keep this one black and I'll make another. I made another bowl in the night, so I may do this one black and add some other colors on it. This one's a little bit bigger. I used a little bit of a bigger piece of clay And I did that because when I took the clay out of the pack, I had left it open. Some was all hard. A little bit of the edge was hard, so I had to incorporate it. So I took a little bit of extra clay and I made a bigger one. But I like this size too. I may make a bunch this size. See the difference? But it was the same dish that I used for all these little ones. So it actually is the same size that way, but it's just higher on the edges. So this one I may do black and silver or black and white. We'll see. And that's it. Just try to cover try to use all the paint so you don't have to waste any, and cover all your little spots of white coming through. Yeah, this is a very thin layer I did. I did a little bit thicker on the inside, but it took quite a long time to dry yesterday. It didn't just dry in a half hour. It was still a little bit tacky after a couple hours, so a little bit more. What's fun about painting these too is you don't have to be fussy. You just got to cover the areas, make sure it's smooth, and that's it. Even when you're putting on your second layer, it's just fun when you don't feel like being particular about something. Okay, that's it. Nice finish. Looks great. I love it. I think I have to make some more black bowls. I'm surprised I haven't already. Anyway, now that'll dry very quickly. And then I'll be back to decorate it. Bye-bye. Okay, now I'm just going to add some design. I'm just going to do a little dot mandala with my white Posca pen. I also was thinking I might use this very fine, what is this called? I forgot. I don't remember the name of this pen. Oh, my Signo, right. Signo white. I don't know if it writes good on here. It should, because I wanted to have some thin and some thick. Yeah, it writes fine. Because it's clay, though, it skips a little. You have to go over your lines a little bit, which is fine. It might be this pen, though, because I used this on a canvas earlier. Let me see if the other one works better. Yeah, it's not working too good on here. That doesn't mean you can't do it. You just have to play around a little. That's okay. I don't really feel like doing that right now. So I'm just going to use the Posca. There is also a finer point than this in the Posca pens. I don't have one. I only have this size Posca, which is the, I don't even know, 3M. 1.3 millimeter. Which I love this size anyway, but anyway. See, it's so much thicker than the other, but that's okay. And I'm just gonna decorate it very simply with a little bit of dot and line like I do the others. I love the way that looks. There's other things I could do, but right now I'm just really liking the way that looks. A line and then dots within it, or little dots, then bigger dots. I mean, dots and lines, you can do a lot with them if you change the length and the width of each one. And it has such a Aztec look, which I love. As simple as it is to do, I think it has such a great look and a very detailed look, even though it's really easy to do. Some people say it's not easy to do, that they're bothered doing things like this. I'm not. This is very relaxing for me. As long as you have good tools. If your pen doesn't work, it's not relaxing. It's very aggravating. But the Posca and the Molotow pens, those are the thinner ones I use, are very good to have for drawing on surfaces other than just paper. Now, you don't have to design your bowls like this. You can do anything you want. You could even, what I do a lot of times with my bigger bowls, not so much with these little minis, is I'll paint it, then inside I'll do a circle of another color, like say black, then red, then white, then blue, getting smaller, and then fill in those with design. Other times I take paint around the edge and let it drip in. I'll be showing you all the different ways I design these, but this is just how I've been doing the mini bowls. Because they're like, for January anyway, I'm having like the mini bowl collection, so I wanted to just have them all have a similar effect. Plus, I'm enjoying doing this right now because of how relaxing it is. It also has to do with how far apart you put your marks, you know, as big as they are or as small, the length, the width, how far apart you space them, all leads to different designs. So think about that when you're creating. Think about the opposites. If you did something short, then do something long. If you did something fat, then do something thin. Big and small. Far apart, close together. Think in opposites a lot when you're creating. Well, that's what I do. I don't know if it's a rule. I just know it's always how I've thought. If I've done something one way, I do it a different way. It gives a lot of interest to the piece, I feel like. And my last row. And then I don't know if I'm going to do the edge or not. I thought I'd do the edge in silver. Or I could do it in sparkle. I think I'm going to do it in sparkle because I haven't showed you how I do that yet. Okay, and I think that looks so fabulous. I'm definitely going to do sparkle. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I do sparkle. Okay, so I take a thick glue. Well, it's a extra heavy gel gloss. You can use a thick glue, whatever you have. You could probably use Mod Podge. If you don't have this, just use whatever you have. Even Elmer's glue if you have it. But this is just very thick and dries very nice and keeps the glitter on in a very nice. So I just take some on my finger. Oh, I took way too much. Way too much. And I just go around the edge like this. My hands are awful, sorry. I've been up doing things all morning, so my hands are just filthy and whatever. I don't wash them in between each project. Okay, so I wipe it on there. Kind of thick, but rub it in smooth because you don't want chunks. And then I have my glitter bowl. And I just hold it like this. Tilt the glitter to the side. And roll the edge in the glitter. Making sure it covers both inside and outside. Then I tap it. Oh, that looks so good. Sometimes I amaze myself when I see how things turn out. I just think that looks so, I don't know if you can see the effect. The silver and the black and white look so great together. Now I'm going to let this dry without doing one thing. And then in a couple hours, I'm going to spray it with my clear shellac. My clear varnish, which I use, oh my God, 2X. You can get it at Walmart. For the bowls, I use 2X by, oh my God, I can't think of the name. Let me go see. It's 2X by Rust-Oleum. And I get that at Walmart. I buy it by the case. So, and there's other ones you can use. I use Kmart varnish. Any kind of clear coat. So, that's it. So this is my bowl finished with a beautiful sparkle. And after I spray it 3 or 4 times with the Rust-Oleum 2X, it's going to have a beautiful sheen to it and a protective coat. I spray about 4 times, leaving, maybe a day in between each one. At least 6 to 8 hours in between each coat of 2X. But usually I do every day. I'll do a little spray on the top and then a little spray on the bottom, and then I let it sit for at least 6 to 8 hours, but preferably a whole day. Okay, and that's it. I hope you like my little tutorial. Bye-bye. See you later.